So we have a lead object, and anytime I want to create a lead record, right? We already mentioned that in our scenario, we have a college. We're building this application for a college. The college uses lead object to store information about international students and also domestic students, right? So let's say a user comes and tries to create a lead record, and then they go to the status, and then on this lead status, they see options that are not available or applicable to domestic student, for example, right? A college would not request language proficiency test scores from domestic student, right? Transcripts evaluation, that's not required for domestic student. These values are required for international student. So if I'm creating a domestic student record, then I don't need to see the other values that are not applicable to domestic student. So we will need to remove those unwanted values. And in order to do that, we're going to create a lead record type. We will create two record types, one for international students and one for domestic students or domestic leads. Our lead in this case represent students, potential students who want to join our college. So think about that scenario. So here, as we know, in order to be able to create record types for leads, what we need to do is we need to first create lead process. And if you want to see that, you can go to lead. Okay, I was already on lead objects. Let's navigate back to lead object. And then click on record types. And then click on new. And then it's going to give me a message saying that, hey, you have to create a lead process before creating lead record type. All right. So question is, why do I need lead process? Why do I need lead record type? Because again, let's remind ourselves what the problem here is. The problem here is, so let me create a new lead real quick. Let's say Musa is the last name, Johnny is the first name, and click save. A company, let's say Amazon. You see all of these status values here now, guys? And this is my, let's say, international student or domestic student, right? Why do I need, if this is my domestic student, why do I need to worry about transcripts, right? This is, what is this? Transcripts evaluation, transcripts, and then recommendation letters. Okay, this transcripts needs to be shown only for domestic student. Transcripts evaluation needs to be shown to international students. Similarly, other things, there are other things that are applicable to domestic versus international lead. So I want to clean this up. In order to clean this up, I have to create record type. In order to create record type, Salesforce requires me to create a lead process first. That's how it is designed in Salesforce. So I'm going to click on this link, and it's going to take me to lead process. Let's say you don't see that link. Sometimes if you already have existing lead processes, you won't see it. And in that case, you can come here to the quick find and search for lead process. Click there, and it will navigate you to the same page. Then here we're going to click new. And let's give it a name. I'm going to say international lead or student, okay? Click save. Now it gives me an options to choose or to adjust for international students. Okay, for international students, what values do we need to keep? All right, so let's go back to our guide. And here we have that. So this value, these values are only for international students, okay? These values are not supposed to be displayed for domestic students. So basically for international student, I need everything here. Okay, I need everything here. Or I can remove this. This is for only for domestic student. The reason why is because this transcript evaluation part covers this transcripts part. Okay, so for domestic, I will keep that, but for international student, I will remove this. What else can be removed for international student? Okay, everything else can remain for international student. So I will navigate back and remove this transcript. All right, and everything else, application, regardless of if it is international or domestic, application is to remain, test score, and everything else needs to remain. And then default value is still selected as application, so I'm going to click on save. Then we will create one more lead process. This one is going to be for domestic. Sorry. Let me follow the same naming convention. So this is how I named it for international. I'm going to click on new. I copied that name and pasting that here and click save. Oh, duplicate value. Sorry, I have to change this to domestic. Save. Okay, for domestic, which values we have to keep? So on this value is only for international. Let's go ahead and remove that. Transcript evaluation, that's only for international. Let's remove that. Financial certification. Financial certification, that's also most of the time, 99% of the time applied for international students. What else? And language proficiency is not applicable to domestic students. That's why we're going to remove it. And these are the steps we follow in order until we admit this student into our college. Then I'm going to click on save, right? Click on save. So now I have created both processes. Now I can go ahead and create the record types for lead. So go to Object Manager, navigate to Lead, Record Types, and then select New. And then I'll give a name. This is going to be International Lead Student, Record Type, and then Lead Process, assign same lead process. What else? We don't want to assign this to all the profiles. We're only assigning it to standard user, which is our test user, and the admin. Click on next. Page layout. Which page layout I'm using? In this scenario, I'm using one page layout, okay? One page layout, which is the lead page layout. The lead layout is the one that is going to be assigned to both profiles. Click Save. So we're going to click here on the record types as well, and then we'll create one more record type. This time it's going to be named Domestic Student Lead. Domestic. Lead process, domestic lead student. Okay. Make sure it is active. Make it available for these two profiles and click Save. Select the page layout and click Save. So once you click Save, it brings you to this page. It's asking me, hey, do you have any peak list values that you want to adjust for this record type? In my scenario, I don't have any. I'm happy with the existing values in this peak list fields. Just like for case, if you want to adjust the values in that lead status field, you have to navigate to lead process here, home, quick find, type lead, then find lead process. From there, select your process and adjust the values over there. Okay. We don't get to adjust the values for this lead status field on the lead record types. That's how Salesforce designed it. Okay. So two record types have been created. Page layouts got assigned. They both are assigned to admin user and our test user. As an admin, I'm now going to create a new lead. Okay. Click new. It did not give me an option to choose a record type. I'm going to do a refresh. Refresh. Let's do it one more time. Okay, now I got that option, international lead student or domestic lead student. Let's go with international first, and then check these lead status values. See? Oh, these haven't been adjusted yet. Why is that? Okay, let me do a refresh again. We will try to create new lead record. So international student, and then navigate here, check these values. For international student, we do need transcript evaluation, right? But we also see all the other values here. Is that right? Okay. Let me verify again. I'm going to go to try now create a domestic student. And for domestic student, we have transcript recommendation letters. Actually, everything seems to be correct here, okay? Everything seems to be correct. We can verify that. This was for domestic student. I see for domestic student, we don't see a transcript evaluation because that was given only to international student. And financial certification, we don't see it over here because that was given only for international student. Similarly, language proficiency, we don't see a language proficiency value here because that was given for international student. So the other values were also configured. I first misread it, that's why. Let's save this. Okay, of course, we have to populate these values. This is domestic student. Ali, Joe, Apple. Click save. Details. This is our domestic student. And also let me go ahead and create one more international student. international. First name, Habib, Mug, and this is what we are interested in, right? So all these values are given to international student because the process how we handle international student is different. Click save. So I'm looking at this and also look at this path. This is what you need, or this is the process how you're going to convert this lead and potentially enroll this student into your college. At each step, you're going to be performing different tasks. For example, at this status, let's say you move to this status. From after application, you move to test scores. What is going to happen? What would the people in the admission office do? They'll be probably doing a lot of things. They'll be emailing the student, emailing other departments in the college, and talking with a lot of people. All that information, all that process can be documented here too. All right. And that's not our scenario right now. That's a future scenarios where we'll be talking about. For now, you just need to know how to adjust these pick list values or how to adjust the lead process. One more useful thing that we could do is similar to the other object that we did. I want to know what record type I'm looking at. So for example, this is my international student. There is no field on this page layout that tells me what the record type is. So in order to do that, I could navigate to my lead page layouts, go to lead page layouts, and open that lead page layout, okay? Lead page layout, this one. That's the one assigned to the admin and also to the other user. So from this field, search for record type field and then drag and drop it. Drag and drop it here, right here. All right, and then save. It's very useful, and it will tell you what record type you're looking at without needing to guess. Details, go to details, and let's refresh. And here's the record type. This is international student. All right. Also list views. List views, go to list view real quick. All open lists. If you want to add the record type field over here you could quickly do that. Select fields display and find the lead record type field. Here it is. That's helpful. If you sometimes you would want to select specific record type, and that will give you a quick way to do it. All right, that pretty much covers the lead process, record types, and adjusting the values for the status field.